Hello friends, in last lecture we studied part 3. In today's lecture we are going to learn the next part and the last part of the story on saying please. Last time we see the story of in the first paragraph we studied about the story of liftman. In second, how does the conductor, writer's friend behave with passengers, and the good nature and the bad nature of the people. Let's continue to the next paragraph. What struck me particularly was the ease with which he got through his work. If bad manners are infectious, so also are good manners. If we encounter incivility, most of us are apt to become uncivil, but it is an unusually uncouth person who can be disagreeable with sunny people. It is with manners as with the weather. Nothing clears up my spirit like a fine day, said Keats. And a cheerful person descend on even the gloomiest of us with something of the benediction of a fine day. And so it was always fine, whether on the polite conductor's bus and his own civility. His conciliatory address and good humoured bearing infects his passenger. In lighting their spirit, he lightened his own task. His gaiety was not a wasteful luxury but a sound investment. Writer explain here the next story. Writer shown here the both impacts of good manners and bad manners. He thought that both are infectious. Infections, good infections, bad infections, good habits, bad habits, which accumulated by the contents. So here the writer explained the story of good manners, bad manners as an infections view. Writer also explained, if we think about incivility, that time our act will become uncivil. Means when we just think about incivility, our nature will be uncivil. That time our act also became uncivil. Unusually and impolite person could be disagreeable with sunny people. According to John Keats, John Keats was a great English poet in English literature. He wrote so many English poems and thoughts. So according to his thought, what is said, nothing clear up my spirit like a fine day. I repeat once again, nothing clear up my spirit like a fine day. And the cheerful person, such as a bus conductor, always bless. Why the good people always bless? Because of the good quality of their behavior and their personality. Because of his own civility and his polite nature, all the passengers infected by his goodness. Means here the writer wanted to show the good infections of conductors, which had shown the greatness of the peoples. Here the great people is conductor, his great influence of, infected to other passengers, means other people. He thrown the light on his own task, and his polite sound reflects other people's behavior. Sometimes our rude nature or any bad words always influence to us. It is reflected to our personality, harmfully or kindly. How we deal with people is totally depending on us. So here in this passage the writer wanted to explain here the greatness of the conductor, means his good nature, good manners and the good quality of his behavior. Let's continue the next passage. I have missed him from my bus route of late, but I hope that only means that he has carried his sunshine on to another road. It cannot be too widely diffused in a rather drab world. And I make no apologies for writing a panegyric on an unknown bus conductor. If Wordsworth could gather lesson of wisdom from the poor leech gardener on a lonely moor, I see no reason why lesser people should not take lessons in conduct from one who shows how a very modest calling may be dignified by good temper and kindly feeling. Here the writer wanted to explain, writer has missed the conductors, means he missed his friend conductor, bus conductor from his bus routine. His bus route was late, but he hoped that only he has carried his sunshine. Another way, the writer has writing praise highly to conductor. The writer also explained the great example of William Wordsworth. Who was William Wordsworth? In this passage, the writer wanted to mention two great English poets, authors. In the last passage, John Keats, and here William Wordsworth. I would like to explain more about William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth, who was a great nature poet in English literature in Romantic age. He wrote so many poems regarding nature and human influence, human qualities, like preface to Rilke ballads. He shown the greatness of the nature of human beings, means human values. The subject of Wordsworth poem, resolution and independence. According to Resolution and Independence, he thought that greatness of the people, and why not the people not showing their good temper and good manners. He thought that people should show their good nature and good manners as per their experience, as per their convenience view. Wherever I eager to do something positively, I eager to help other peoples in so many views. That time it is my own duty, it is my social duty to help the people. So here writer gave a great examples of William Wordsworth. We must help to each other. We must, before help, we must behave politely. We show our goodness to other people. We became good and we just shown our good temper and to give kind feeling to other peoples. Let's see the last passage. It is a matter of general agreement that the war has had a chilling effect upon those little everyday civilities of behavior that sweeten the general air. We must get those civilities back if we are to make life kindly and tolerable for each other. We cannot get them back by invoking the law. The policeman is a necessary symbol, and the law is a necessary institution for a society that is still somewhat lower than angels. But the law can only protect us against material attack, nor will the liftman's way of meeting moral affront by physical violence help us to restore the civilities. I suggest to him that he would have had a more subtle and effective revenge if he had treated the gentleman who would not say please with elaborate politeness. He would have had the victory not only over the boor but over himself, and that is the victory that counts. The polite man may lose the material advantages, but he always has the spiritual victory. I commend to the liftman story of Chesterfield. In his time, the London streets were without the pavements of today, and the man who took the wall had the dried's footing. I never give the wall to a scoundrel, said a man who met Chesterfield one day in the street. I always do, said Chesterfield, stepping with a bow into the road. I hope the liftman will agree that his revenge was much more sweet than if he had flung the fellow into the mud. Alfred George Gardiner. Now let's see the explanations of this passage. What the writer finally explained. Writer mentioned here the general behavior of the people, good manners and bad manners. In everyday's civilities, the writer explained example of police and other general views. You know that the policeman, a person who work according to the law. Policeman is a symbol of law and legislate. But in actual real life, how much it is important, that is also thinking point of view. Means, are you sure policeman is required to in our day-to-day life if we behave very properly without criminal views, if we are doing our work very honestly, sincerely, that time is it required for police? Yeah, it is required for security purpose only, but it does not mean that for our point of view or the personal view purpose. Number of people in our society, they just think about the law, and the law can only protect us against physical attack, not a mental attack or moral support, because morality will help us to restore the civilities. Writer suggested to him he would be a more subtle and effective revenge according to the social treatments from social victims, would not say please, that time they would become impolite, while rude or insensitive. The insensitive person will show his nature as per his human values. Writers explain the policeman would be lost from his material or physical advantages, but he always on a spiritual victory. Writer recommended the story of Liftman, a story of Lord Chesterfield. He was an English author and patron of letters. During his time in London, there were the street without payments. In that condition also, Lord Chesterfield recommended he always do anything. Means look at the great view of Lord Chesterfield. Without street, without any road, he able to do any kinds of the work. He able to do every kinds of the work. So here the writer wanted to show the greatness of the Lord Chesterfield and his great nature. But people like in today's age, they always search the problems. They thought that life is a problematic, life is a problem, but they never understand what types of the problems people such facing. So we try to understand the actual problem and we must behave in that way only. According to the story, the writer explained the liftman will be agreed for his revenge, and he realized what he was done wrong and what he expected. And one more important thing is that what we expected, it is not important from which people we can expected so many things. If we can accept, we have some expectations from society, obviously we have to do some social responsibilities. We have to follow some social rules, social duties for all types of the convenience. If we are demanding something, before that we must give something. If we want respect, we must take a respect, give respect and take respects. These facts the writer mentioned here. In this way, today we completed here the lesson, second lesson of the prose on saying please. Look at the word please, sorry, thank you. These are the words, these are the very small words, but it is highly meaningful. When we got the meaning of these such types of the word, our life became very happy and pleasurable. Thank you.